Number one Star C channel. Chosen Ones. Young Steven. Now, who made blood? Who made blood? And why would a person or a spirit or a universe or a God who made blood allow the blood to be spilt into the ground profusively over and over again? Okay. Where are they going to put when Philadelphia runs out of graveyard space? Where they're going to put the graves? They're going to start cremating everybody? They're going to have to. And you're going to tell people they can't have a grave? You can't do that. Because if the people have the money to pay for a graves is one of the biggest money-making businesses in the world. Okay. They always have graveyard businesses where you can go and buy a grave. Nothing's going to stop that. But where's the space, the land for the grave? You can't make the ocean into land. The ocean's there. You will run out of space to put graves. So the death has to stop somehow, some way. They'll be taking up houses to put graveyard space. And then they'll run out of places to put people in houses. Then they got to take the houses, the graves down, away and put houses. I mean, what they gonna do? Who made blood? Something made the blood that's inside of the people. So why would they let the blood be spilt into the ground? This is what God is gonna let blood be spilt into the ground. Is it that this God is so powerful that he's letting you see an illusion that's real to mankind's eye, but is not real to him? Is this stuff really happening? It may be a dream where you see people bleeding and see people dying, but it's not real to him. It's a temporary dream that he's allowing and causing or letting happen for his own purpose. But somebody made the blood. Something made the blood. Whether it was the universe that made the blood or God that made blood, something created the blood. The earth created the blood. Humans originally come from the dirt, from the ground. They're rock and tree, just like a plant comes up from the ground. Humans come up from the ground, and they have blood. They weren't meant to be stabbed and shot. Guns and knives wasn't even supposed to come into existence initially. Humans started off with no knives. Adam and Eve made knives out of rocks, rubbing two rocks together for a long period of time until they could make the rock sharp enough to cut. And it wasn't a blade. There was no such thing as steel in the beginning. No steel. Steel came later, and it came from rock and other resources, aluminum that exists on the earth. The origin made the knife from rock and other resources. the problem is that God is supposed to control the origin to make the proper things. Somebody controlled the origin to make the wrong things and bring guns into existence. Guns are made out of rock and tree. So if you take Mother Nature's resources as God and tell the origin to make guns, that's a sin against Mother Nature and the earth and the people. Now, the earth is small compared to the whole universe. It's just a dot. Okay. So this God thinks he's big time, but he's controlling the earth. The devil's controlling the earth, but the earth's nothing. He's not controlling the whole universe. So when the universe catches up with this God or this devil who controlled the origin to do these things to these people and use rock and tree for the wrong purpose, there's going to be something done about it. There's only so much blood you can spill into the ground before the universe, which is everything outside of the earth, is going to come in and correct things. Just like if the sun is off balance, the universe is going to do something about it. The sun is not off balance. The moon's not off balance. The moon and the sun, once again, are specks to the universe. This is huge compared to us and the house. But the sun is not as big as the universe at all. It's not nearly. So when you say you're a universal God, if you was a universal God, you would have messed the sun up and you would have threw everything off of point. But the sun still comes up every day. So you're not really the universal God. And if you are the universal God, you're definitely in sin. Serious sin, and you're doing things wrong. And there's no need to do anything wrong and to put the people through this or to have a temporary dream for 6 years in heaven time, which is 6,000 years on earth, that the people are going to be in disarray. And you have transvestites and all this stuff, faggots, and what is the purpose? And you have casinos, but you don't have hospitals that heal instantly. You have ambulance, but you don't have vans that pick elderly people up and take them where they need to go. You got elderly people on wheelchairs getting on buses. You know, people that's disabled, they got to struggle to get places. They got to get the ride. And it's like, what? You don't even have your shit together. Okay, I went to heal a heroin addict that was bent over just to see if my power was where it's supposed to be. And I come back a month later, I still see this heroin addict bent over. He did not heal instantly. I went to heal a woman who was on drugs, on crack, was a crack addict, and she did become a nurse. And took about 3 months, but I told her I was going to do something wonderful for her, and she touched me, and I gave her some money, and she turned her life around with my power and my love. And the universe said, guess help me do this. But they didn't do nothing for the heroin addict. There's many people in wheelchairs I tried to heal, and I didn't see them get healed. But there are many people that were on drugs that I turned them from being on drugs to being working nurses and working people. Okay, all over the world. But I seen it in the town I was in. And I had to have next to nothing in order to do these miracles through whatever facet. But this universal devil got jealous of that, and now they gotta hide the miracles even more, and they're so hidden you don't even know if you did them or not. You go to heal somebody and it takes a year. You see them heal. It takes a year for them to heal. It's real strange. But where the graves gonna go? They're gonna run out of space for the graves. You think of all the blood that been spilt into the water, all the blood that the ground absorbed. It's ridiculous. It's like, wow. I tried to heal birds that were dead, like Jesus did when he was 12, and the birds didn't come alive immediately, and I was very disappointed and wondering why the birds wouldn't come alive. I fed a lot of birds when I was working at this place, and gooses and geese, I would feed them. I would buy them a bunch of food and feed them. Cauliflower and strawberries, and they love potato chips. And I couldn't feed them just any kind of potato chips because it wasn't good for them. I would try to give them seeds. But the universe, the devil universe went. I came to work one day and they had ran one of my geese over, one of the trucks that delivered the shipping. And I know they did it on purpose because the geese have walked out into the street, but you don't have to run them over. You just have to wait till they move. The geese has followed me out into the street because I was feeding them, so they would follow me. And I had people get upset with me because I was feeding the geese. And I wondered, what was that all about? I mean, people coming out of houses that not minding their business, saying something about what I'm doing. And I told them, you know what I told them? Go to hell. Mind your business. So the people are definitely illusions, and they're definitely false ghosts, and they're fake. They can disappear and reappear. They're not real. So this is a dream that is on the earth. And you don't understand why this dream is taking place. But it's not a real dream. And the graves, I know for a fact that the real universal God can make them graves disappear. And there could be houses there when you get up in the morning. The graves are not really there because death really doesn't exist. So this is a temporary dream that you're in. Financial problems and poverty don't really exist. This is a dream. I guess the universe is allowing the universal devil to have this big dream. And you have people in it, real people in it, but there's a lot of the people are just ghosts because I seen them disappear. I seen them walk through walls. I seen them fly upstairs and knock on my door, and they didn't walk up the stairs. They flew. So they're not real. So it's very deep because I've had I had a lot of rentals. I used to rent cars, a lot year round and keep them for rent them for a week and keep it for a month and a half and take it back and charge it to the credit union. And I got in some trouble and left the car there. Come out a month later and get back into the same day I got out. I was back into another white rental, and you know, I seen my son's mother, and she came by, and when we were coming home, coming up the street,